Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Brooklyn Beats and the Toronto Mounties. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Brooklyn Beats and the Toronto Mounties. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they enter play here. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors, they get a stern road test as they come into this one after losing in London a week ago.
Yeah, the schedule makers gave them a pretty tough stretch here. I think we'll know early on whether these guys are ready to play.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard. Second and 9 now. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This the pass in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Robinson's got it. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Well, throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 67 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on it.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Barlow is for his running back, McCoy. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 112 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
70, Indy.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And this certainly confirms all the chatter, how big of a final weekend this is for the moment. The 6th seed is theirs, but it'll take a victory to officially lock that down.
I hear the excitement in your voice about this.
Or nervousness, both ways.
Either way,
both
but
ways.
you know, I've never met a player who didn't go into a game with a little bit of nervousness and didn't play well. Because, look, you go in without that edge, and to this game has an edge to it, doesn't it? Then you're really not going to perform that well.
Back to throw. Barlow, quick hitter here, it's complete. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Brooklyn.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. From the gun on third down, Barlow looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cox. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Ready. 59. Line 59. In your face.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Off the play fake. Barlow. Throw left side complete. That's Cox. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 29 yards. First down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Barlow. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Final week of the year, an absolute must-win game for them, so they needed to get on the board first. They were able to do just that.
And you laid out the stakes. So just think what they've been working with this entire build-up towards this game. Must win. Got to get on the board first. They accomplished that. Now they can't have any type of a letdown. Long way to go in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And Robinson with a big catch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
60 Pittsburgh.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Sack, baby. Sack.
Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I'm coming back.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So here are our visitors to take over on offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Moody base. Too little.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds McCoy. 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch the slant. Watch the
Going to give this time to the tailback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go. Watch safety green.
Off play action. Barlow. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, Their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Operating from the gun, Barlow. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back to throw.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll look to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Strip that ball.
Looking to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They go play action here on first down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now back to throw. This one complete to Lacey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That's caught at the 3. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
4th down, so Zach Taylor sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, Getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
Ready! 30 base. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Throwing on first down. Barlow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McCoy. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Back to throw. Barlow. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now a handoff here to his running back. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And this a 39-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's complete to Robinson. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches. Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Double time. Even. 4 down. Even.
He'll drop to throw. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
Don't throw this way.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 2nd and 5.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
This quarterback now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Barlow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. From the gun, Barlow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. A busy final day of the regular season, so let's get to it. We'll begin in Charlotte, an NFC matchup between Washington and Carolina. And in the second quarter, it's the Redskins who are out in front. The Skins trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. The Bears seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The Niners trying to finish out the season strong. 2 wins to get them back to 500 for the year. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. On 3rd and 2, Barlow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Here we go. 50, plant. Championship, baby. He's coming. Double up. Get ready.
it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And that's where this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On the ready. Check, 59. 65, 65. 65.
They run a draw here on second down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Looking to throw. Barlow throwing right, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Back to throw. Barlow. And that is going to be incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a 1st down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Single slot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
70,
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He finds Robinson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done.
52's the mic. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They run a draw here on 2nd down, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And they give this time to the tailback, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here's the home side to take over on offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
4. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Now a handoff here to his running back. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Barlow, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Off the play fake. Barlow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And here now the offense heading back out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here, and that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. His throw incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Barlow. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. On 4th down, Barlow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 3rd down, Barlow. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Ali. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And look at the numbers. They have gotten him more involved. I guess the question now, Charles, defensively, how do you make him less involved?
That's always a key question, isn't it? Sometimes other guys are starting to play really well and you shift your attention to them. You got to make sure you got full focus on him because he's so good that if you don't, he finds a way to make plays. Always have 2 guys in his vicinity, usually trying to bump him off the line of scrimmage and get him out of his route.
Back to throw. Barlow is for his running back, McCoy. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Barlow. He finds McCoy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Under 10, 10, 5.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here is the home side to take over on offense.
On the set. You. Big grip.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to Robinson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
It's our time.
Back to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. He'll look to throw.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. He'll drop to throw. This one complete to Lacey. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Check pass.
Now back to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. This will be caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 3 yards out. And his guys are going to retake the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that will make this a 4-point game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He'll look to throw. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cox. He will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 1st and 10, Barlow throwing the out route incomplete. It's McCoy. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Barlow. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the home team here, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.